Hi folks, I hope you're well. So I've tonight sent a message to the pastor of the Pentecostal church, to Kylie Bevan's pastor, saying, have you helped Kylie Bevan to deal with the issues that she has with me yet? Do I think that he will actually... No, exactly what did I say? That's a good point. Exactly what did I say? Let's see. What I said was a question. Is Kylie Bevan now past the issues she had with me? Right? Therefore, I'm not making it about him. No. But the reality is, of course, who's responsible for that? Him. Because if he is the pastor and the teacher of that church, the church that she goes to, then it is him who is responsible to help her to deal with it, especially as he's known about the issue for over 2 years. I don't think I'll get an answer to the question. Because he knows that the question is about him. Has he done his job? That's what the question is about. And therefore he won't answer because he can't. He'll have to say no. And therefore straight away he knows that I know he hasn't done his job. Because he's not a pastor or a teacher. Because look, the point of a pastor and teacher is helping you to deal with your issues so your issues don't get in the way of your relationship with God. Right? If you're doing things the world's way, cancel culture, banning people from Facebook because you don't like the person, because they ask you a different question, a difficult question, or anything else, or trying to ban someone from the church, yeah, whatever. That's from the world. That's not of God, that's from the world. So, yes, what do you do with that? What's the point? What do you do? There are things that you do. You do things according to God. So how do you do that? Well, you look at the Word of God and what the Word of God says about what you should be doing about situations. Well, again, as I've said before, the Word of God says if somebody sins against you and you've got a problem with that person, which basically says if you've got a problem with a brother or sister, you go to that person. You talk first to that person. Right? Well, the pastor should know that. It then says, if that doesn't work, you go with someone else to that person to talk to them. You know, someone who's not on your side or their side. Yeah? If that doesn't work, then you take it to the church. Well, you go to the pastor, the teacher. Okay? Yeah. That was never done. So therefore, again, why am I still talking about it? Because it matters. Because when it comes down to it, we've got fake pastors and fake teachers in churches all over the place. People that weren't employed by God, people that were employed by the church because they make it easy. Yeah. They make it easy because, as I said, yeah. The point of it is, why should we care about the church at all? If the people in church want this to be the case, they want everything to be safe, so therefore never be offended, banning people, cancel culture in the church. They want that. If they want that, then okay, go to hell. If that's what you're choosing, okay, that is completely up to you. You chose it, okay. That was your choice. I never chose it for them. They chose it. If they want to choose it, how can we say they're wrong? It's their choice. That's the point. We are told we're supposed to care about one another, but these people make it bloody impossible to care about them. Because when they say they decide that this is what they want, and I said, I could ask the question, and I could bet on the answer being no. Well, even though they would lie and say yes. If I said to them about the leadership in that church, or any church, has any of those people actually gone to God about an issue in the last week, or the last month, or the last year? The answer will be no. Because they don't go to God. The reason why they don't go to God, because they know if they go to God, maybe God will say, what are you doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? Because you're leading people to go to hell. Right? They know that. That's why they will never go to God, because they know already what the answer is that they might actually get. That they're doing things in that way, and that is what they chose. Now, guarantee you could have the Son of God standing in front of them, telling them this is the path they've chosen. Will they change it? No. No. They will say the Son of God is the devil. They would say that because, yeah, as I said before, when you package what you think is right, but it's wrong, but if you package it right, people believe completely that the path going to hell is a path going to heaven. Right? They will never change. And again, if you prove that the path is going to hell, they will never believe you. Their spirit will know you're talking truth, but their soul is in charge, not their spirit. As I said before, if you're of the world, your soul is in charge. You know, your mind, your feelings, that's your soul, right? If you're from God, your spirit is in charge. Their soul is in charge. So therefore, their spirit is so small, yeah? Because they keep pushing it down, pushing it down, pushing it down, pushing it down. Right? So it's so low now, they can't hear it now. And they will never hear it because of that. And the devil is so happy because he's got them. Okay? That's the situation. He has got them already. They chose his way. Right? That's the situation. So again, why should we care about these people? It's hard. It is bloody hard because obviously if new people go to church, you know where they're going. If they don't leave that church, you know they're going to hell because of that. And that's hard. Well, let God deal with that. Because I can't deal with it. You can't deal with it. The only one who can deal with it is God. So, yeah. Enjoy.